In the world of Runeterra, there is a kingdom built on one belief above all others. Magic is dangerous. The nation of Demacia was created by people who had survived the horrors of magical wars. To them, magic was not a gift, it was a threat, a force that could corrupt, destroy, and take away everything they had built. So Demacia built walls around its cities, walls around its people, and walls around the very idea of magic itself. The kingdom used petricite, a rare stone capable of absorbing magical energy, to protect itself. Its soldiers trained to fight sorcery. An organization known as the Mageseekers hunted down anyone born with magical abilities. But hidden among one of Demacia's most respected families was someone who represented everything the kingdom feared. A girl born into nobility, a girl raised to defend Demacia, a girl who carried the very power her homeland wanted to destroy. Her name was Luxanna Crownguard. To the people of Demacia, Lux was a symbol of hope, but behind her smile was a secret. She was a mage, and for years Lux had to live knowing that if the truth ever came out, the kingdom she loved might become the thing that destroyed her. This is LOL Chronicles. Stay up to date by subscribing and hit that like button if you like this video. Comment down below which League character you want to see the lore behind next. Let's dive into the lore behind Lux. Luxanna Crownguard was born into House Crownguard, one of the oldest and most respected families in Demacia. The Crownguards were not just nobles, they were warriors. For generations, members of her family had served the kingdom through courage, discipline, and loyalty. Their name carried weight throughout Demacia. The most famous member of the family was Lux's older brother, Garen. Garen Crownguard was everything Demacia admired. He was powerful, honorable, and devoted to protecting his homeland. He became a member of the Dauntless Vanguard, one of Demacia's greatest military forces, and quickly earned a reputation as one of the kingdom's strongest warriors. To Lux, Garen was more than a soldier. He was her hero. She looked up to him. She wanted to make him proud. But while Garen trained with a sword and prepared himself to defend Demacia from its enemies, Lux discovered something inside herself that no Crownguard could ever accept: magic. At first, Lux did not understand what was happening. It started small, a strange glow, a flicker of light appearing when she was emotional, objects reacting to her presence. But over time, the truth became impossible to ignore. There was something inside her, something powerful, something alive. Lux had been born with magical abilities. For someone else, this might have been a blessing. Across Runeterra, magic could be a source of incredible power. Some mages learned to control the elements. Others could manipulate minds, shadows, or the forces of nature itself. But Lux was not just any mage. She was a mage in Demacia, a place where magic was feared. She knew what would happen if anyone found out. Her family's reputation would be destroyed, her future would disappear, and the people she loved might see her as a monster. So Lux did the only thing she could think of: she hid. Lux learned how to live two lives. On the outside, she was the perfect Demacian noble. She smiled, she attended events, she represented House Crownguard. She acted exactly how everyone expected her to act. But inside, she carried a secret that became heavier every day. The tragedy of Lux's story is that she never hated Demacia. She wasn't someone who wanted revenge. She wasn't trying to tear the kingdom apart. She loved it. She loved the people. She believed in protecting the innocent. She believed in justice. She believed in the same ideals that her brother Garen fought for. But she also knew that if Demacia saw her for who she truly was, those same ideals would not protect her. They would condemn her, and that conflict would define Lux's entire life. The relationship between Lux and Garen became one of the most important parts of her story. Garen loved his little sister. He wanted to protect her. He believed the world was dangerous and that Demacia was the safest place for her. But Garen also believed in Demacia's laws, and Demacia's laws said that magic was something to fear, that created an impossible situation. The person Lux trusted most was also someone who represented the system that could destroy her. Garen spent his life fighting mages, without knowing that one of the most powerful mages he would ever meet was his own sister. And Lux lived every day knowing that the truth could break the bond between them. Eventually, Lux's secret became connected to someone who would change her life forever. His name was Sylas, Sylas of Dragborn. Unlike Lux, Sylas was not born into a powerful family. He was born with magic in a society that hated people like him. When he was young, Sylas discovered that he had a unique ability. He could sense magic in others. The Mageseekers used him as a tool. They brought him along to find hidden mages throughout Demacia. But as Sylas grew older, he began to understand the truth. Demacia wasn't protecting people from magic, it was persecuting them. The same kingdom that claimed to stand for justice was imprisoning people simply because of what they were born with. Eventually, Sylas turned against the Mageseekers, but his rebellion came with a terrible cost. During an encounter with young Lux, Sylas discovered her secret. She was a mage, just like him. For the first time, Lux met someone who understood what she had been hiding her entire life. Someone who knew the fear, the loneliness, the feeling of being hunted for something you couldn't control. Lux wanted to believe that Sylas could help. She believed there was still good in him. She saw someone who had suffered, someone who deserved compassion. So she secretly visited him. She brought him books. She talked with him. She tried to understand him. But Lux underestimated how much anger Sylas carried. Years of imprisonment had changed him. He no longer wanted acceptance. He wanted revenge. Eventually, Sylas used Lux's kindness against her. He tricked her. He discovered more about her magic, and when the opportunity came, he escaped. Sylas's escape became the beginning of a crisis that shook Demacia. He returned not as a prisoner, but as a revolutionary. He gathered other mages who had been oppressed by the kingdom, and he promised them freedom. But his idea of freedom was not peaceful. Sylas believed Demacia needed to be destroyed before it could be changed. He wanted the kingdom to feel the pain that mages had suffered for many years. And suddenly, Lux found herself caught between two worlds, the kingdom she loved and the people who had been hurt by it. For the first time, Lux had to question everything. Was Demacia truly just? Was magic truly dangerous? Were the laws she trusted actually protecting people, or were they protecting fear? This is what makes Lux such a fascinating character. She is not simply a hero who fights villains. Her story is about understanding. She sees the flaws in Demacia. She sees the pain caused by fear. But she also refuses to believe that destruction is the answer. Lux believes people can change. She believes magic does not determine whether someone is good or evil. A person's choices do. Her power is not just her ability to create light. Her greatest strength is her ability to see hope where others see only enemies and darkness. Lux's story is far from over. She still stands between two worlds. A mage who wants to protect a kingdom that fears her, a noble who questions the traditions of her own family, a girl who was forced to hide her true self, but is finally learning to embrace it. The light inside Lux was never the problem. The problem was the world that refused to understand it. And someday, Lux may become the person who changes Demacia forever, because sometimes the brightest light is the one that survives the darkest places. Lux's story is not just about magic, it's about fear, identity, and the struggle to find where you belong. She was born in a kingdom that told her that she could never be accepted, but instead of becoming what the world expected, Lux chose to become something greater, not a weapon, not a symbol, but a person who could bring light to a world that desperately needed it. This was LOL Chronicles, and this was the story of Lux. If you made it this far into the video, thank you so much for liking. The channel's new, so the best way you can support it is by hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel to stay up to date as I start posting regular videos. Leave a comment down below what League character you want to see next and your thoughts on Lux in the game and out of the game. Until next time, we'll dive in again soon.